grab one of those teas. Yeah, which one do you want? I don't care. Blue one?
All right, so as I said, the bigger purpose for me today is let's see how fast you can swing it and how fast can we get it up even within a session, just so that we start to let your body feel what it's like to be at that speed. So yeah, we've got a bit of a baseline there, 62 off the tee. First, we're going to do some dry swings. See how high we can get. As I said to you guys the other day, it's a minimum 70 miles an hour swing to hit a home run in the big leagues. So we want to get you well above that with nothing to think about. So then when you have to think about it as we go through the levels, we eventually stay as close to that as possible. And that's going to give you bigger time to think about what's coming and everything. And then you can get into the strategy stuff, more of it. So it might be that, like, one of the best approaches I think is that you've got the one pitch that is your home run pitch. And whether it's 0-0 or 3-2 or whatever, that's the one you're looking for, and then you adjust to everything else. And so, you know, when I lived in Toronto and Jose Bautista kind of took off, that was the cue that they gave him, was like, forget everything else, fastball middle in, that's all you're looking for. And so he just started hunting them. 0-0, cool, trying to hit a home run. And I think that would be, I think that's the best strategy overall. So it might be that as we get going, if that's the one, yeah, I'm putting everything on it. If it's, you know, breaking ball away, sure, I've got to take some off, make contact, but I've got that at least one that I'm trying to really, really do damage. And then over time, as your bat speed increases, everything else is going to be more damaging anyway. Does that make sense? So give yourself plenty of space, take your typical setup, and then where's your sensor so we can see? Yeah, no, where's your phone? Oh, there we go. Cool. Yeah, yep. Can we do dry swings, air swings? Yep. Cool, okay. So let's go max effort swing. 63.2. So we're going to do a set of 5. .62. So try some things out. Think about hands staying back a bit longer till your front foot's down, and then everything coming through. Focus on your hips. There's no ball, so just make it move. 58. Yep. Try a different angle. See. .61.7. Cool. Do one more. Oh yeah, do a different bat. Yep. Which one's the heaviest?
This one.
Yep. Okay, so do one more with that. We'll get through, and then we can play with weights and stuff as well, because we would expect lighter to be fast. 63.8. So that's around about your top. Let's get. Okay, let's go. Let's go another round off the tee.
Yep.
Stick with this so you can play around with angles and stuff, so you can elevate or do whatever. And we'll start to get some off this as well. So again, yeah, you might need to move yourself forward a touch, so you don't hit the thing, the back net. But so again, focus on swinging as fast as you can. Let's see how close to that you can stay. Exit velo 69. 70.2. $62.6. 73. One more time. $60.6. So probably the other thing is a little flat for really, like, your launch angle ideally is 25 to 35. So either we're sort of lifting the tee a little bit and maybe getting in and under.
Can I set up a bit different?
Yeah, but well, let's do some flips and see. So at the moment, what this says to me is that you're doing a great job of taking max effort into a tee. Let's see if it starts to drop away.
Yep.
Good. Good.
Oh, I've got to change this off.
No, it's a should pick it all up. It's a multi. We'll check it anyway, but. One more. How are we going? I don't worry about the result or anything. So, starting to drop a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe there. Let's do a couple more. Change that. Okay. Let's do a couple more there. How's that? Exit velo? Good. Cool. So like again, you're holding steady so far, which is good. Then you've had to make more of a decision. Now we'll turn the machine on, see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I know that like Coach Group was saying to you about is that it's not rotation of the hips to get that. Why don't you just try a couple, or just try one or two, getting really over exaggerating the hip rotation. Gives you a little bit more power.
We're going to do a little bit with the resistance to try and bring that stuff in. So let's just drop these outside the netting. Good. What'd you get on those couple?
Oh, no, those ones are really light.
60?
No, it wasn't like too fast. It was just I couldn't like.
Couldn't see
when
it.
Coming out. I just
Yeah.
couldn't see it.
Fingers through there just to get that switch in there.
You hit him hard though, 105.
I don't think it was that hard.
So make sure that
That's what it picked you up at.
if you can't pull that
Oh, it's still soft toss. That's probably why. Okay, let me grab a couple of things. Yeah, you change that.
I can go past here. Yeah, do it. Yeah. You want to do it now? Yeah.
Stance, toes turned out. Find yourself. So we're gonna go side lunge, but real explosive on the way back. Yep. Deep as you can get, power on the way back. 5 each side. Good. You can let your other toe come up so that you can get some more depth as you go down. That's it. Good. Good. Once you're done 5 each, drop that down. Good. All right, pop that down. So overall, like so far, really great. Like you keep your pretty much your best velocity all through. It stayed the same on the tee, onto the flips, and on the couple off there. So that's really great. Now we've got to try and lift it so that it's a higher thing. Scoop toss into there. So this is heavy, but for 5 max efforts with dry swings. Yep.
Swing to me.
Good. Focus on lower half. Now, as Dad was saying, like coil it, over exaggerate some things, try some stuff out. Good. One more, and then a rest. Good. Take a little breather. So we'll do the sequence again, and then we'll see what our dry swing looks like. Take another round off the machine. We'll just kind of mix and match, like with yeah. We'll do another round of that to that to that.
Yep.
Okay. Good. So nice wide stance, toes turned out, steady down, and then really explosive on the way up. Good, pop that down. Another round of those. Cool. Take a little breather, and then we'll go back to that.
Yep.
Did you have batting gloves on? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, chuck them on if you've got them. It's like 50 from memory. 34, yeah, 34.50, I'm pretty sure. So the idea being because it's so heavy, if your bat path isn't on, you just can't do it. Or if you're not using your legs, you just can't hold on to it. You can hit with it. You could hit with it, yeah. All right, so, yeah, do your normal thing first. Max effort. $61. Good. $64. It's a bit better. Just try, hang on. Just take a sort of a check swing if you like, and just stop when your front foot hits the ground, and let's just see where you are. Good. So I wanted to just see whether you were sort of getting going too early before your front foot was going. But yeah, let's try for these next couple, just that bit more hinge to start. You end up in a great position, but I think maybe just starting a little bit too upright so you can't coil into that back leg as much. Whereas if you're just hinged a bit, it's almost like an RDL to there and then unlock your knees, but then you can load into that and then that explosion. Good. A little bit higher. Okay, take a rest. Come back to this, leave your batting gloves on. You're going to be here with your feet as if you've already finished. I'm going to hold resistance and then you're going to turn back against it and hold. You hold that in. So feet are facing forward like you finished your swing, and then you're going to turn your chest back to the back wall and count to 10. But keep your elbows locked out straight. And relax. 3 more like that. So feet to me as if you finish your swing, turn hard. Good. Same again. Good, okay. Take a little breather and then we'll do another round with that. Blue Sox got their own grip, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's all right.
Decent ones, yeah. There's this ones.
Yeah.
No, it's not like $10 out.
Do they? It's a good little idea, actually.
They really hate to get stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So remember the other thing that we saw in the Rapsodo was that your launch angle was pretty flat. So with these swings now, a bit more hinge to start into that back leg, but then, let's do it like we did the med ball. So we're going to step back and go, but let's try and go a little bit more uppercut as well and see what it, see what it does to your bat speed. So step back and go. Yep. There we go. So we've seen a 64 and a 65 and a half. So whatever you just did there, try and do the same again. $64 and a half, good. Do one more like that. Good. Take a little rest. We'll do one more round there, and then we'll get back in and take another round off the thing. But it sort of shows us already that, you know, like I haven't magically increased your back speed. I'm just firing up your body to show that it's in there. So, you know, I sent out a couple of drills. If we, over the next few months, train that more and more and train explosive between, you know, continuing your sprint work and all that sort of stuff, that it's in there to keep going up. And then all of a sudden, that 65 and a half becomes your average and you've got a 67 in there and we're getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try that. Let's do that step back one again with this. Go a bigger step back so that you've really got to react into it. Couple more. Big hop back and then fast out of it. Solid. Little rest. We'll take another swing in a minute. The other thing to try will be that your arm is like we want your arm to go back that way as you swing. So as your hips go, it's falling back there to then come into that. Yep. But again, it doesn't have to be as big as, actually, yeah, do it big and aggressive like that one was. Good, 64. Same again. Keep your hands back till your front foot's back down on the ground though. Geez, you're consistent. I was at a 0.8. I thought it was 64 on the nose again. Quick out of the back leg. Good. One more. Good. Okay, take a little breather, and we'll go back in and I'll pick those up while you have a rest. Doesn't matter, Lockie, it's just about your speed. Doesn't matter. Good. Are they all coming in a bit high? Yep. Yeah. What'd you get out at? 60, 61, 60? It should still get you on.
I don't think it was actually doing
No, didn't get you. Should still get. It was set on dry swing, so it should have got some. But we'll do it in a sec again. But like that, it proves it to you, yeah. That it's you got to be able to swing quicker to hit that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
So,
Yeah. What were we going to say?
so even though that even on the previous one he had a couple of 65s. And
Yeah,
stuff like that.
which is
as soon as
good.
it gets harder, faster.
Yeah.
He's finding it hard to keep up.
Yeah, because he's got to take the bat the same distance, but now he's got less time to do it because he's still and obviously it's a little bit unfair in terms of seeing the ball too. You know, batter's eye, all that sort of stuff gives you a little bit longer to pick it up, but if you've got more in the tank, then you don't need as long to pick it up, and you can just be here for longer, coiled and ready, and then catch up and go. Whereas at the moment, yes, it's difficult to see, but then because you're at your limit, as we said, you're doing a fantastic job of always being at your limit, putting your best swing on it. But even those ones that you saw, you couldn't quite catch up to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we continue to lift that, and as we found, the reactiveness seems to be a better, at least at the moment, a better stimulus for you. So I'll send you a few new drills in the next few days with more of an emphasis on reactivity. I think even just like general plyo sort of stuff is going to be, that kind of thing is going to be good for you, just getting your body moving fast all the time. I mean, even though it's not a heavy weight, the movement of the water, like you handled that like it was nothing because you're strong, but yeah, we need to work on you moving faster. I mean, I reckon you take some swings. Let's go with your lightest bat. That's your lightest one? Cool. So we'll drop it back down to below where the first round was and still try and put those 65s on there and see what sort of damage we get on the Rapsodo. But yeah, I think that's the big one for me out of today is change that emphasis of your your physical training to be a bit more reactive than just strength. Even things like power cleans and whatever aren't really reactive. They're sort of in between. So I think for you, sprinting slash plyos slash med ball throws and you know some plyo ball stuff, weighted ball things, and then messing around with your different bat weights on just dry swings as well, and just always moving fast.
Well, this one's kind of my favourite swing weight is this one. I don't need it on the machine just in case I start.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I meant to message you. We've been away for Mum's birthday in the Hunter Valley all weekend, so I meant to message you and say if you've got some metal bats, bring them so that we're not breaking anything. But yeah, definitely.
I'll probably swing this one now, I see, because I feel like I swing this one very similar to this.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, I mean, the differences on there aren't going to be drastic. But, you know, like you felt with my black one there, if it's heavier, can't move it as fast. But if we train with some heavy stuff and get that faster, then we go to lighter, by default it's going to go faster because it weighs less. It's like doing a squat and then you try and jump.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do a couple more at a lower ball speed, but still trying to put those damaging swings on it. And, you know, as we saw earlier, try and elevate it a little bit more, and let's see what comes out of it on that end. Start more hinged. Nice. Nice, Lockie. Good. Do a few step backs. Just try this one drill just for that coil. Good, mate. Atta boy. Few more. Finish. Keep doing that hook drill. Last one, I think. All right, one more. Because it's forcing you to lead with your hips a bit more, and because you're trying to keep that left foot down, so you're getting some of that. And I just thought I think it might help you with that coil idea, because that's the only way you can now go, because you can't step. So I think that would be one for you to work on, even if it's just part of like your warm up. You know, when you're doing some tees, you do those first few to get going. You could even throw with that. Yep. But yeah, I think that might work well for you. But yeah, we got a little bit more out of you.
His best one was his best one, and it looked the best one, was a 66.8.
There we go.
66.8.
Yeah.
And it was the one where he stepped back.
Yeah. Yeah. So that at the moment, everything's going to change. Like, it's not like you're the strongest man on the planet and all you need is reactiveness right now. We improve your reactiveness, then we can go back and improve strength. Then we improve reactiveness, and you, as we talked about, you know, you've got this summer to be a pro athlete. So we can really go in phases of strength phase, speed phase, power phase, and just keep going and going and going until you fly in May or June or whenever you kind of leave like that. But I think at the moment, and I reckon leading into AYC, being able to get basically to 67 from a 61, 62 start in one session, I think that be your biggest emphasis over the next few weeks is just jump, hop, all sorts of plyometric stuff, swinging your bats dry and without, to just get your body firing as fast as possible like that. And then post-tournament, yeah, then we can go into another sort of strength block, you know, get into like some really heavy weighted lateral lunges, spend a few weeks, get your back squat up even bigger, your deadlifts, all that sort of stuff, and go from there. Yeah? Cool. I will, I'll get all that stuff downloaded to you as well, and sort of, I'll have a look through it over the next couple of nights and kind of record a bit of a video with it of what the different things mean from the hitting point of view. But as I said, the ones I noticed on there, the launch angle was probably a bit flat, which will help you hit for a high average, but it's not going to carry a home run unless you're Giancarlo Stanton. So everything has to be relative to situation. And as we said at the start, I think the best strategy, if I was still playing, my strategy would be whichever pitch I'm the most powerful on, that's what I'm looking for every single time. If it's 0-0, I'm leading off the game first pitch. Like I think we've talked about like the Derek Jeter series, haven't we? The captain, he talks about it in the World Series. He's like, well, I always looked for fastball down the middle and I got it. And they're like, oh, it's going through. Well, he's like, yeah, but it's fastball down the middle. Damage. So I think unless you're coaching, unless the coaches, Casso or whoever, specifically, our leadoff hitters take till 2 strikes or whatever, then I think if you're ready for 66, 67 miles an hour bat speed and it's there on the first one, that's your damage one. If it's a breaking ball low and away, sure, you got to change your approach and everything like that. But I think that helps you stay ready, and then when they throw harder, it's an easier decision. Because even if it's a strike, you're like, yeah, but it's not the strike I wanted. You don't need to swing at a strike until there's 2. So yeah. But I'll get that stuff out to you as well, so then you've got that for your own records.
Yep.
We can do other sessions throughout, and then you'll have all of that to share with your coaches in the States and everything as well when you feel ready to show it and when it looks real good. Yeah. All right.
That's good.
Cool.
So keep going with the last motion as a
I think so. Yeah.
guide.
It's a great. It's a great tool, and it also will tell us at different times. We talked about from the physical around like the loss of range of motion and stuff like that. Or how stiff are you? How fatigued are you? Recovered? That also gives you an indication, because speeds, when you're tired, you're slow. So if you're taking swings tomorrow now after having done this, and you can barely crack 60 without a hop, skip, and a jump, you're tired. Do something else.
Yeah.
Do something heavier and slow rather than, and that might be your day that might be a timing day of like, right, I'm working on hit runs, I'm working on some bunts, whatever strategic things, I'm going to work on seeing breaking balls or something, versus when I'm really feeling good and it tells me that I'm fast, yeah, let's pump that thing up and let's train fast. But if you, some days you'll be slow, and throughout that tournament, that's what you're looking for. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what you do feel tomorrow having done this, because that's a lot of, I don't know what the number's going to end up at, but that's a lot of max effort swings that you took tonight, plus the max effort med ball stuff and everything there. So you'll be pretty fried tomorrow, even if you don't feel like, oh my God, I've run a marathon tired. You'll be a bit slow and everything. So gym, I'd probably do a gym session that's like heavier weight, maybe some mobility type stuff, probably get in the water, something like that. And and then by Wednesday, then you're probably looking to be quicker again and everything there. All right?
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I'll send you some alternate drills to what I sent the other day.
You've started doing those.
Yeah, but now that we've seen a bit more, figured out a little bit more about what works, we can tweak that again, and yeah.
Are these drills that he's doing here, mate? Are they an everyday thing, or are they?
No, just be like in your gym sessions. So yeah, I'll put some ideas down in there, but I think, let's say post tournament, I like a mixed methods approach. I find that works well for me, which is what we did there, was like a heavy movement into a power kind of movement into a speed movement.
Yeah.
And they're based on just the speed of movement things. I think for the next 10 days or so until you play, I reckon we do pretty much everything is speed and is reactive and everything, because that seemed to get the best bang for your buck. And you're not going to lose, like we'll still probably do strength, like max lifts twice a week for, you know, say 3 sets of 5 deadlifts twice a week, just to keep a little bit in there. But I think majority of your lifting sessions for the next, until the tournament starts, should all just be jumps and hops and real explosive stuff from there. You know, I don't know if you've got sprint sessions planned with, yeah, I kept wanting to say Andre, I was like, no, that's not quite right. But, yeah, like that, go like sprint, you know, Cade's back, go do some sprint work with him, do some triple jumps or whatever. Any of that kind of stuff counts, but I would make that probably 90% of your physical training till you get through the tournament, and then we can go into a bigger plan.
Sounds good.
Yeah? Cool. All right.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Before Christmas.
No, that's okay. It was more at the time, like I hadn't really thought about it. I was just kind of